back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now, I'm doing the mental health disorder series of the last one for now, basically based on BPD, which is the borderline personality disorder. So if you guys aren't aware, if you're just come on straight on right now as a newbie, my name is AspieAnswersAll, and I am just pretty much all about health and awareness and hoping to address two certain things. You may have seen or heard me on some other channel right now also, basically of Father Lie, basically, that I'm just having a timeout period with him on there, even though he's trying to kindly promote my channel, which I thank him for, which I'm hoping one way or another we can work together, him and I, as well as basically just hopefully later on in the piece, as I said, to do a call out for people that I am trying to be in touch with. If they're still up for collabing, let me know, sort of thing, but I'll hopefully wait it out until the right moment. Anyway, and on further ado though, before I lose track of time, is basically in the last part of the series right now, I was talking about the treatment and therapies of the BPD. Even though we know there's classic treatments and therapies out there for different forms of mental health conditions or disorders out there that is, you know, right for some and not, but sometimes it's all about self-management, how we, you know, look after ourselves, how I sum it up, and basically how we look after ourselves in a way of, you know, eating right, sleeping right, making sure that, you know, if we were taking meds, if we do need them for our sake of our health and well-being, you know, do it in the right times and stuff. As I said in one of the pieces of the videos, that sometimes when it comes down to our formal medications, that we need to maybe take them at the right time, sort of thing, so that the effect of those tablets or whatever we're taking at the time will take place in that right time factor and whatnot. So no further ado though, basically this next piece, excuse me, is about how can I help a friend or a relative with BPD. So as I said before, disclaimer before I begin is basically I'm no medical doctor. I'm pretty much just a normal everyday human, pretty much sharing my life experiences, my knowledge and know-how, and also some, you know, based on these knowledges, I'm hoping, based on the training of certain topics that I would like to address to the outer community or the autistic community, be it young teens and the like, that hopefully it will be of use to anyone in particular. So, as I said, my name's AspieAnswersAll, thanks for watching, and let's start. If you know someone who has BPD, okay, it may affect you too, because as we know, basically, with certain times of the day, regardless what we're doing, you know, if we've got a mental health disorder, be it as an example here, as I'm sharing with you, or BPD, I'll use as an example here, we need to know when is the time to let go, or when is the time we should take a step back and actually just let us look after ourselves, because it's okay once in a while just to be selfish and actually look out for us as well, because our well-being is also important, as well as that well-being of that person that's suffering from that ailment, whatever it may be. I feel that sometimes though, you know, when the going gets tough though, I've noticed this past and present, basically there's sometimes people that has these everyday conditions that some of them are introverted and they just don't want to ask for help. That's fine, we shouldn't be pressuring it, but sometimes I feel that we need to basically be able to, one way or another, and actually, you know, collect one way based on the communication and everything else. It's all about building up that communication process and trust as well, I feel, in my case. Okay, basically the first thing we should be doing based on getting the help for your friend, relative, or whoever the case may be, it could even be your loved one that you're with, you know, you're dating, or whoever you want to call it, basically that they need to seek help to get the right diagnosis and treatment for that particular, you know, mental health condition or whatever it may be. Sometimes it may pay to make an appointment with the doctor specialist to know what's going down, so that hopefully that basically, you know, the sooner the better, that basically we can seek that diagnosis, then we can have a relief system and ask about, oh yeah, now we've got this, now what can we do about it, or whatever the attitude that people may think after they do go to the doctors. Also basically, it's important for the next step though, however, is to encourage that person to stay in their treatment or keep up with their treatment plan. You know, regardless what it may be, if it's some form of medication that they have to take once or twice a day, or some other treatment, be it counselling sessions or whatever the case may be, basically trying to make sure that, you know, they stick with it, and if it doesn't work for them, it's okay for that, because as I said before, certain treatments and therapies don't work for everyone. You need just to find your niche, to know which works for you, obviously, because at the end of the day, you know, we need to know basically what it is that works for us, you know. Sometimes also we need to seek other treatments as an alternative if symptoms do not appear to improve within the current, you know, treatment that we're using, regardless what it may be. Another key thing to label here: to help your family, friend, relative, or whoever it may be, you can offer emotional support as number one. Offer emotional support in a way of understanding, patience, empathy, and encouragement. Change can be difficult and frightening for people who has BPD, but it is possible for them to get better over time. It's a timely thing. Like anything, we need to be patient. We can't rush people just to get to the finish line before us. We know everybody's, you know, journey for their, you know, health state or whatever it is, takes time. Okay, number 2 is learn more about mental health disorders or what have you, because the more you understand about what your friend, relative, family, friend, or whatever is going through, the better chances it is for you to actually know the warning signs, the better chances when they're about to, you know, either relapse or whatever the case may be. It's important that we know about it, you know, because obviously, as I said before, I'm here to create that awareness and understanding for some of the ones that may be voiceless right now, even though I'm hoping that once these people that are voiceless, once they maybe feel the urge to, that they'll be able to, you know, come out of their shell and actually address these topics to us all too, because everyone's journey of their mental health disorders or whatever it is that's going on in their life is different. Number 3, with permission from your friend or relative, talk with his or her therapist or whoever that they, you know, dealing with for their treatment or whatever, basically, you know, so you can understand what your friend or relative or whoever is experiencing. Involve the family members, such sort of thing, for these, you know, counselling sessions or whatever it may be. Number 4 is never ignore comments about, you know, the intent of self-harm or the intent of planning to harm themselves in a way of themselves or others around them, because obviously like that should send sirens to us right now that basically that something's not right, you know, they need the help, you know, so anything like that needs to be reported, okay, to the therapist or the counsellor or whoever that you feel that you can trust, to actually talk it out with them, and as well as hopefully you'll be able to reach out to your person that you're with at that time. If it is extremely urgent or potentially life-threatening, however, we can basically, if it was that in everyday situations, be it that, you know, the person that's suffering with BPD or the like, you know, that when they do self-harm or want to end their life, be it whatever it may be, you know, jumping off a cliff or jumping off a high tall building in that, you know, and they just want to just end their life in a form of way that just hopefully won't affect others around them, but as we know, it does affect us as well as them. Then that's one step further, is you can call the police to actually, you know, find a way to talk to them and whatnot. So I know the further though, basically, another one is, how can I help myself if I had BPD? What we need to understand basically right now is that, you know, the first step to anything is take care of ourselves and our well-being and mental health state, no matter what it may be. Yes, it may be very difficult, but if we have the right people on board, be it the specialists, doctors, friends, family, and the like, you know, we need to realise that basically we can do it together. It may take some time, as I said before, to get better for ourselves or for the person that we're looking after, but we can get better with the right treatment and therapies, even though, like I said, seek first, the sooner the better. Okay, a few key points I want to address to you before I end this is to help yourself. Number 1, talk to your doctor about treatments, options, and stick with that treatment, maybe if they do, you know, describe a treatment. But bear in mind though, like I said before, every treatment and therapy is not for everyone, so if one fails, try another. Don't be afraid of it. Okay, number 2, try and maintain your eating and sleeping times to become stable. Number 3, engage in mild activity or exercise to help reduce the stress around you. Or even another one under that could be, you know, if you're like an introvert, write down your thoughts and whatnot on pen and paper and all the like. Similar stuff here, like I've been sharing in the self-harm and all the like for these treatment and therapies and that to look out for. Number 5 is set realistic goals for yourself, what you want to achieve, what you want to, how you want to see yourself in the future, basically, and whatnot. Number 6 or 7, break up large tasks into small ones. Set some priorities, which ones are the most important ones to focus on first, and then focus on the small ones. Do what you can as you can. Do it. Number 6, try to spend time with other people and confide in them and the ones that you trust when certain things do, you know, come too much for you and overwhelming. That could be the right word if it gets too overwhelming. Now and again, also number 8 is, it could go under the same thing, is tell others what did trigger you off in those signs and symptoms of basically of these events and situations that you've been in, you know, so that hopefully maybe the people that you're with will actually know what to do about it. It's also come across by talking it out with people about your health condition so they can actually understand you better as an individual. Okay, number 9 is expect your symptoms to improve gradually, not immediately, as we know that basically it's a timely factor for all this. Number 10, identify and seek out comforting situation, places and people. Last but not least, number 11, if I'm counting right, is continue to educate yourself and others about this disorder so that we know what's going on. Basically, that ends basically part 12, how can I help my family or friend with BPD, or how can I help myself as well. Basically, leave me a like, for thumbs up for support, basically, comment below, basically, if I forgot any of the tips that you feel is right, basically. Also, feel free to share your stories for the ones that are on the scale of BPD or the like, basically. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to basically do a weekly vlog of these series and more, you know. Also, follow me on Twitter and Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, basically. Feel free to, you know, private message me on my Facebook, AspieAnswersAll, if you need someone to talk to and whatnot. I'm here to support and not judge anyone in any form of way. So without further ado, guys, love what you do what you love. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again soon.